Hi YouTube, it's Santa. Good to see you, it's been a while. I hope you're doing well. Today is, I believe, August 14th. August 5th, I officially made it to 8 months post-op. And I guess I'm just going to do a quick little update. I've done this video 3 times now, so whatever happens here, happens here. Errors and all. You guys will hopefully just take me and accept me as I am. So I've been struggling a lot with vomiting and the pain of eating. I've been stalled for too long, and my surgeon and the nutritionist said to wait it out. I was doing the right things. Maybe try eating slower, 30 seconds between each bite. It didn't really seem to make a difference, so I decided it was time to take things into my own hands, and that meant change. And the change for me was, first of all, not micromanaging. I'm not using MyFitnessPal. I'm not tracking, period. It's too much. I feel so happy and centered when I don't, nitpick at everything I'm eating and every single calorie. It's just, it's an easy way to get lost and feel very, restricted and it's uncomfortable, and I just don't care for it. The other big change was going vegan. Connie, a gal on Facebook who's sleeved as well, said, do your research and you'll see that Americans overestimate how much protein they need. So my first thought was, yeah, well, that's probably right, because, our food world is kind of crazy anyways. So sure enough, I went and did my research, and it shows that we need 10 to 30%. 10 to 30% of our calories to come from protein. Now, as I already said, I'm not micromanaging my food. I don't know how many calories I'm eating, and quite honestly, I don't care. That may seem crazy to a lot of you, and I'm okay with that. I eat fruits and vegetables and whole grains. I did kind of keep track a little bit for a while to make sure I was getting enough protein. I'm about 40 grams of protein a day. 40 is a fine number for me. Since eating vegan, I haven't vomited any of my food up. I feel physically well. So, I don't know. It works for me, and it's in line with my ethics. And I'm going to keep doing it. I'm not dead set on this. If somebody were to say I did need to have some animal products, whoop-de-doo, I would. And I just need to do what's right and what feels good. And right now, that is eating vegan. I did start like Connie did, Vegan Until 6. It's a book by Mark Bittman. But what was happening was 6 o'clock would come around and I wouldn't desire animal products, or I would just eat vegetarian. So from day to day, it is what it is. Maybe I shouldn't call myself vegan, because some of those days I will have a little bit of dairy. I don't know. But it's working for me, and it feels great. So I'm doing it. And animal protein specifically is very hard on our kidneys, and through my leak I've developed kidney stones and some other problems. So to eliminate animal protein for me has been a really good thing, because I feel well. It wasn't good for my kidneys anyway, so whoop-de-doo. I feel great and I love it. I know maybe controversial for some people, because we were told as sleevers we have to have more protein, but really, if you think about it, do you really need more protein just because you had a gastrectomy? I don't understand the connection. If you have some insight, let me know. I'm always appreciative of knowledge and information and opinions. So at 5 months out, I'm down to 15.0 pounds. This is not something I obsess about. I weigh once a week. I do not weigh every day or multiple times a day like some people. So that means I've gotten rid of approximately 92 pounds. And sure, that feels fantastic. I still have a high BMI. My BMI started at 51.0. Today it's 35.8. And what can I say about the BMI scale? Quite honestly, I think it's dysfunctional, and I'm not sure why we use it, because it goes on weight, and what we know is that muscle and fat, they're different for our bodies. We need more muscle, we need less fat, us obese people. So I don't really feel like the BMI scale is a good judgment of my body, because muscle weighs more than fat, right? It's common sense. I mean, why are we using this maladaptive system that doesn't really work, and I don't think is a good gauge? Anyway, shouldn't we be looking at percentage of fat and muscle? Anyway, that's a pet peeve of mine. It's probably not going to change in this country in a long time, so let me just set it aside. I went from a size 24, 26 to a 15, 16, and I feel pretty good about that. You know, I've kept a lot of my clothes. You know, you've been on the diet roller coaster, you know, you're down, and then you're back up into your fat pants. I've gotten rid of my fat clothes. I now fit into all what were my skinny clothes, and shrinking out of them. A lot of them are a bit loose or too loose, but I'll keep going as it comes. So, I'm 8 months, and today's a big day. I am going to go see a surgeon today at 3:30. It's, 1:36, to talk about getting my kidney stones removed. I'm going to be very straightforward with you. I'm scared shitless. I've just endured hell with this surgery that I'm now regretful of, because I've endured so much, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to follow through and do it. Every day living with kidney stones is hard. You never know what the day is going to bring with the pain. Is the pain going to be so severe that you wish you were dead? And yes, there were times that I wished I was dead, because the pain is just too much for me. Narcotics only help so much. And then there's times where the pain's there, it's present, and you deal with it for hours on end, and it just makes you irritable. And then I've looked at the big picture of these stones and what it means to have them. That what it means for me right now is that my quality of life isn't where it could be significantly better. But at the same time, I am chicken. I do not want to go through a lot again. I kind of feel like the whole sleep process was just too much for me. The leak, everything else I'm still dealing with from the leak. I just want to be okay and healthy. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword to get surgery, because I'm probably going to have to deal with a little bit more pain and trouble in order to get better, or continue to ride it out at home, which means I'm going to endure pain day to day, some severe pain, some moderate pain, maybe sometimes very little pain, but then stones may not pass. There's only a 50% chance they'll pass on their own, so not in a very good place with this, just because I'm operating out of fear. But I'm like at this spot where I can see that I need to do it to get better, but I'm scared, so I don't know what to do. So I'm hoping today that I meet this doctor and I have good feelings about him, and that he provides me some comfort, that the future without stones is going to be a good one for me, or that somehow this procedure isn't that risky. But what I've learned is there's less than 1% chance I'm going to get a gastric leak, and I get a gastric leak. Even though I wasn't pinned as a high-risk patient, it happened. Complications just happen. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my surgeon's fault. It happened. So now I look at complications, regardless of how small the percentage is that I might get them, and ask myself, can I live with that complication day to day, minute to minute? Well, generally the answer is no, that I don't want to. So you can kind of see the dilemma. And also, it really sucks. Insurance, I have great insurance, like the Cadillac of insurance. My insurance is fantastic. But because of my leak, obviously I've met all my maximum. So right now everything's covered at 100%. So if I get my stones removed this year, covered 100%. If I do it next year, that's going to cost me $2,000. Or if I need it on an emergent basis, $2,000. I hate to think that money is a factor in this personal decision, but it is, because who would want to spend $2,000 they don't need to? I wouldn't, because do you know how much clothes and goodies that could buy? I don't know. Tons, right? I just don't know. It's just a lot to think about. And so I conclude this message by telling you I'm in a better place now, much better, even with kidney stones. I'm happy to come on here and update because I think it's a good update. I'm at a better place, and I hope you are too. And if you haven't started your journey, hang in there, because even when it's a wild ride like mine has been, you're going to be successful and you can do it. I hope today's going to be good to you, or continue to be good. And I look forward to coming on here with, sorry, my little puppy's here. I look forward to coming on with a little update about my appointment today. I'll talk to you later. Bye.